Hi everyone, Alice Psych here. Back for another video for informational purposes only. This is part 2 of the hoarding video that I started. It's reviewing the book Buried in Treasures. I think I left off when we're talking about sorting and organizing, and this is the part of the book I like because it actually gives some strategies, things that can be done if you're, really having issues with hoarding. So I'm going to get right into it. The book mentions decision-making questions. So sometimes hoarders will say to themselves, it's easier to keep this item just in case I need it later. Now, to counter this, hoarders can ask themselves these questions. I've got a whole list of questions that are from the book. Okay, so how many do I already have? All right. Do I have enough time to actually use, review, or read it? Have I used this in the past year? Okay, great questions. Do I have a specific plan to use this item within a reasonable time frame? Okay, does this fit with my own values and needs? How does this compare with the things I value highly? Does this seem important just because I'm looking at it now? I love this question, okay, because so much or so often things are so important in the moment, and then down the road it's like, oh, it really wasn't that important. Okay, so if you can put yourself down the road a little bit, kind of like a little time warp, it can help. Is it current? Is it of good quality, accurate, and or reliable? Is it easy to understand? Would I buy it again if I didn't already own it? Do I really need it? Could I get it again if I found I really needed it? Okay. Do I have enough space for this? Will not having this help me solve my hoarding problem? Okay. So some great questions there. Now, they talk about establishing rules. Here's a couple of rules. If I haven't worn something for a year, it goes to charity. Okay. If newspapers are more than a week old, they get recycled. Okay, now they have the control solution. So number 1, discovering how and why you acquire. Usually there's some emotional vulnerability. Maybe it's a type of emotional high by acquiring an item, So what is the trigger? Is it the idea that the item is on sale, even though there's no need for the item? Are there thoughts such as, it will be so wonderful to have this item? Is there a type of emotional payoff, a reinforcement after buying the item? Relief, joy. How about regret after the emotional payoff? The regret can lead to, negative conclusions about yourself. I'm weak, helpless, loser, that sort of thing too. Number 2. Changing your thoughts about acquiring. So set rules and ask questions. I cannot get this unless, 1, I plan to use it within the month. 2, I have enough money right now to pay for it. And 3, I have a place to put it so it doesn't add to the clutter. Now, when we talk about a place to put it, we're talking about an actual place where it fits. It's not just adding to, the clutter up on the ceiling somewhere. Okay. Think through advantages and disadvantages. 1, feeling good about having new things to wear versus spending more money than I should. Number 2, reducing bad feelings if I'm in a funk versus adding to the clutter in my bedroom. Okay, so kind of making that the connection, understanding. Okay, sometimes I'm buying just to deal with some emotional issue that might be going on. If you can catch yourself, you can kind of step back and say, yeah, okay, I know what's going on. I don't have to get this item. Okay, number 3, learn to tolerate your triggers to acquire. And I really like some of this. Drive by the dollar store rather than stopping. Okay, so you're actually developing like a tolerance here of being able to get past that. It's kind of like exposure therapy. So you establish a hierarchy of triggers, working from least to most. Okay, yeah, I can drive by the dollar store. I can walk by the dollar store. I can walk in the dollar store and still not acquire anything. And then number 4, developing alternative sources of enjoyment and coping. So, if you're getting, emotional highs from buying, well, what would be an alternative? You don't want to just shut it down and, then you're kind of in that state of mind of, God, I just can't stand it anymore. No, let's give you an alternative to have some, emotional high. And then, I don't know what you like to do, but if you like to hike, or, maybe you want to pick that up, you start hiking or working out, or maybe reading some good books, anything that might be productive. You add that to your routine in lieu of buying unnecessary items. And one more thing, this is, I'll leave you with this. I really like this from the book. It says, clutter is a magnet for clutter. So if you notice some clutter piling up, don't wait. Take care of it immediately. You forget about it, and then it's just going to start piling on, and then it gets to the point of, okay, there's too much, I give up type of thing. So clutter is a magnet for clutter. So take care of it immediately. And that is it. I hope it was helpful. Thanks.